I also think that the challenges besetting our country today, especially the issues of insecurity, Section 14 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria makes it clear. And I think that is the first et origo of the functions of government. And that is to the effect that the welfare and security of the people is the primary responsibility of government.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Jessie Queen TV. There is a video I would like us to watch right away, but before we watch it, like I said, welcome back. And in case this is your first time stumbling across my channel, this is Jessie Queen TV, and please subscribe to my channel, drop your opinions, let us know what you think about this video. Is very interesting. You will get to understand so many things concerning the politics in Nigeria right now and what the legislation really wants, and so many more things. Let us watch it together and then we come back for the final conclusion. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe in case you are coming or something across my channel for the first time. Drop your comments, like, and let us just know what you think about the video one more time. Thank you so much, and yeah, let's watch the video.
Thank you, both of you gentlemen, for joining us on News Night tonight. Let me start with you, Wesley Dahosa. I mean, the 10th Assembly will be here by June of 2023. What kind of assembly are you looking forward to, considering the fact that, you know, some may be coming back, a lot more are not coming back? Well, at least 13 governors will be making their way back to the National Assembly. What do you make of it?
Well, thank you. The country looks forward to a real National Assembly, one that can be regarded as the custos moral of the Nigerian people, the conscience of the nation. We didn't have that at all. It's not enough to win elections. I was in the House of Representatives for some time, and I worked very hard. You see, you find people just occupying spaces and not utilizing these spaces. In the end, they leave the business of lawmaking to the leadership to manipulate. Don't forget that leadership in African type of democracy, they are complacent. They are practically part of the executive. They are together. They are not likely to take out those far-reaching motions that are people-oriented. So it's important that those coming now must get ready to read. They must learn the business of making laws. The secret of successful lawmakers are in the books. They are in the rules and in the, you know, the practice and convention of parliament worldwide. How can you say you are a lawmaker and you're not familiar with the rules of your business? You are not familiar with parliamentary conventions worldwide. So you have to understand that the only way to understand the power of the purse and how to filibuster, how to get executive, you know, to get the scrutiny of the executive projects and the others, is to know. Your knowledge is key. So I expect that rather than be talking about zoning at this stage, I'm glad to hear that they are ready to defer that. They are talking about winning the elections. As soon as they win the elections, they should go and get training. Too many newcomers are coming. In the House, for example, about 222. Many of them have never seen the votes and proceedings in their lifetime before.
Let me bring in Samson Osage. Samson Osage, you were former minority whip of the House of Representatives, and you know, one of the key things Wesley Dahosa raised here has to do with training, and he also spoke about the need for these people to be true representatives of the people. Take us through the rudiments of what it means being a lawmaker and a true representative of your people.
Well, thank you very much, Sulema. The learned senior advocate had laid the foundation for what every true lawmaker should look up to as they plan to join the parliament in the 10th Assembly. Being a lawmaker, like he said, is not enough to just win an elections. And the return rate has been quite low. This time around, it is not any better. We have too many young people, I mean, too many, you know, not too young, but greyhounds in parliamentary practices and procedures coming into the parliament. So they need to learn, they need to read, they need to understand the rudiments of parliamentary practices. First and foremost, I understand that the National Institute of Legislative and Democratic Studies, an institution set up by the National Assembly to assist the National Assembly to build capacity for both lawmakers and support staff, is already putting machinery in motion to ensure that the lawmakers that are coming in get the requisite first-hand training, in the art of the legislature. But the truth of the matter again must be said is that this 10th Assembly is coming in at a time where our country requires serious-minded persons in the business of governance. As we speak today, our economy requires a legislature that is proactive. Our country requires a legislature that is not just a rubber stamp, but an active participant in the art of governance. Because the legislature is the first organ of government. And thank to God that the president-elect is a former senator and the vice president-elect is a sitting senator. So they will understand when the parliament comes with serious issues of governance, bordering on the economy, on issues of constitution, on issue of obedience to the law and rule of law, on issues of obedience to court processes and court judgments, and so on and so forth. So in other words, those who are coming in must be ready to understand that their constituents requires their attention more than ever before. Governance and government must impart on the lives of the people, both economically, socially, and of course, politically. At the moment, we understand that the monetary policy of this present administration is affecting the mass of the people, in no small measure. And those are the issues that must be taken up almost immediately. It can require amendment of necessary legislations. Even the Central Bank Act needs to be looked at with a view to seeing a situation where the CBN governor cannot just wake up and throw a proposal to the president, that will affect the majority of the people. The issues of constitutional amendment that must lead to a restructuring of this country and devolution of powers to other organs of governments in order that governance can impart on the grassroots must be looked at. And I'm very sure that this should happen because it is expected that the president-elect, who has been an advocate of restructuring and true federalism, will understand if the parliament comes from this trajectory of legislative business.
Very good. Let me bring this back to you, Westy Dahosa. Let's talk about the issue of separation of powers, checks and balances, and some of the points raised there by Samson Osage, talking about restructuring and other, legislation that need to be put in place as soon as possible, according to him. What is the ideal kind of relationship expected of the executive and the legislature, especially when you think about what happened with the 8th Assembly and then, of course, the 9th Assembly that was seen more or less as a rubber stamp, National Assembly. Speak to that and the issues, the laws that need to be put in place as quickly as possible by the 10th Assembly.
Well, I think the first thing is to aggregate the interest of the nation. Once you have the interest aggregation of Nigeria as a nation, and that you are just a constituent representative of your area, you would then understand that the overall purpose of government is to promote the greatest number of people and project their happiness. So I think that it's easy for the legislature to work with the executive once they identify and articulate the position of the government. For example, if the government wants to promote restructuring, there's no reason why the legislature should be a clog in the wheel of that. That means that they have to agree, they have to have sessions, conferences, they have to carry them along, they have to interact, they have to exchange views, and then the rationale must be clear to both sides.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. We've all heard what Samson Osage and West Idahosa said about, first of all, the security is very, very crucial in Nigeria right now. If there is any government that can secure the masses about being secured in Nigeria, it's something that is going to be so well welcomed because so many people are crying because of insecurity. They talked about so many aspects again, just like the aspect of whomsoever is going to represent Nigeria or any community in the House of Representatives should really know what is going to work, what is going to do there, because he's not going to just go there to warm the benches. Thank you so much. Please drop your comments down. I'll be catching you in my next one. Please subscribe and share this video.